In this module, we're going to discuss conducting a Pugh matrix analysis. And a Pugh matrix is a selection tool used to help choose between multiple concepts for a new process, product, or service. It was originally used to evaluate and select between several product or process designs, and they were ranked against customer criteria as well as the current baseline design. It's also known as a Pugh method or Pugh concept selection, and it was developed by Stuart Pugh and published in Total Design in 1991. While Pugh matrix is typically used to select the best alternative among product or process designs, it may also be used to define a hybrid solution, using the best characteristics from several alternative concepts. Pugh matrix may also be used as an alternative to solution selection matrix for choosing the best solution for a problem. Let's review the process. First, we'll assemble a cross-functional team of subject matter experts. They will have been prepared for the session with pre-work on the topic. We'll then draw a Pugh matrix on the board or flip chart or use a digital projector. We'll then enter into the matrix the current design as a baseline for comparative ranking among concepts. We'll list or brainstorm optional concept designs determined to meet the voice of the customer, the voice of the business, and the needs for the new process, product, or service. We'll list or brainstorm key criteria from which to evaluate concept options. The key criteria may include critical to customer, critical to business, critical to quality, and critical design characteristics. We'll determine a weighting factor for each of the key criteria. Weights may be determined using pairwise comparison or simply ranking on a scale 1 to 5. We'll evaluate each concept against the current baseline for each criteria and provide a score of +1 for better than, 0 for equal, or -1 for worse than the current baseline design. We'll sum the positive, negative, and total scores for each concept. We'll note that the matrix template performs the calculations for us. We'll determine the weighted total score by multiplying each criterion's weighted times the individual concept score, then sum the total for each concept. Again, note, the matrix template will perform the calculations for us. We'll use the highest positive scores to determine which design concept or combination of design criteria from each concept to carry forward to the next phase of the design or development process. Let's take a look at an example Pugh matrix. And we note that this is called Project Neptune for a smart device. And we've developed key criteria, and that includes it must be durable, water resistant, have a long battery life, have a quick charge capability, have large storage capacity, and high processor speed. We then weighted that criteria using pairwise comparison. We're using iPhone as our baseline design. So our concepts will be evaluated against the iPhone, concept Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto. For each concept, we will give it a score of a +1, 0, or -1 as a relationship to the iPhone. If it's equal to, it'll get a score of 0. If it's a better than, it gets a 1. And if it's less than, it gets a -1. So we've done that, and the template automatically does the calculations. But if you look at the total score, concept Pluto has a 17 total weighted score. That's the highest. Concept Venus has a 12 as the highest weighted score. So these would be the two concepts we would consider carrying forward. So that's an example of using Pugh matrix analysis. So don't forget to download your complimentary Excel toolboxes containing this template as well as many others, and you can find those at valuegenerationpartners.com. Select the downloads page, and each of these toolboxes representing these different initiatives are available, containing many tools and templates for your use. Wishing you much success using Pugh matrix to decide between design concepts.